Today I'm going to run you through the background of the fund, our thoughts on its broad design and what it means for business. The fund is a key element of the government's strategy to streamline industry support to help boost business productivity and increase competitiveness across the economy. In a nutshell, the fund aims to assist businesses that plan to invest in upskilling and reskilling their workforces so they can better position themselves to take up growth opportunities in a rapidly changing economy. To understand the purposes of the Industry Skills Fund, let's have a look at the Australian economy. Australia is one of the best performing advanced economies in the world. Our GDP annual growth rate averaged 3.48% in recent years. We haven't experienced a recession for over 20 years, but we should not be complacent. A plateau in the mining boom, the changes in the economy have been putting pressures on many of our traditional industries. Australian industry is transforming. It must seize new economic opportunities, rapidly adapt to changing markets and embrace new technology to remain globally competitive. Despite the challenges, there are still growth opportunities in traditional industries like resources and agribusiness, as well as opportunities in new, innovative, emerging industries like advanced manufacturing. The best opportunities for Australia are in areas where we're already well placed and where global growth prospects are high, such as knowledge-based industries. Australia's future prosperity and growth will rely on a diversified, flexible and dynamic economic base that supports the transformation of existing industries and the growth of new ones. The government is working on a national industry investment and competitiveness agenda that will focus on measures to promote national competitiveness and productivity. Key priorities will be encouraging innovation, supporting research and development, boosting productivity, growing SMEs and encouraging greater investment in Australia. To achieve this, we need to develop a skilled and flexible workforce to help businesses grow and become more globally competitive. Reforming the vocational education and training sector and introducing the new Industry Skills Fund will help refocus Australian government-funded training towards simple, efficient delivery that responds to industry needs and maximises training value to employers. The 2014 budget allocated $476 million to the Industry Skills Fund. It will commence on the 1st of January 2015 and will deliver 200,000 targeted training places and training support services over 4 years. The fund aims to support the skills and workforce needs of Australian businesses through 3 types of activity. Firstly, the Industry Skills Fund will co-fund training that helps meet the future needs of businesses. By developing the skills of your workers and improving workforce capacity, your business will be better positioned to seize opportunities as they emerge and respond to changes in the market. We envisage that the fund will support a range of training activity, nationally industry recognised qualifications and skill sets and accredited training, but also new clusters of skills or tailored training that is not yet in the form of a qualification could be funded. We understand that work environments change rapidly and training programs may not always have the capacity to keep up with the changes. Secondly, the fund will provide support services to maximise training outcomes. Support could be in the form of literacy and numeracy education, mentoring, and help with developing a plan for your workforce. This could help you identify skills gaps, risks and opportunities to again better position your business for changes in the market. Finally, the fund will provide assistance to a business to develop innovative training solutions that aren't currently funded by the national training system. These training solutions are often the key to creating Australia's competitive edge, as they allow Australian businesses to become fast adopters of new technologies and machinery. To be eligible for the fund, Australian enterprises need to be non-tax exempt and incorporated under the Corporations Act of 2001 and have an Australian business number and be registered for the GST and be able to demonstrate trading history. Consortia of applicants are also eligible to apply. We envisage industry organisations may wish to organise a group of small businesses within their industry that have a common growth opportunity. The industry organisation may need to skill up workers across the businesses to position them for emerging opportunities. Alternatively, a large company may want to take the lead on a project to get a group of businesses in their supply chain to commit to training. If consortia applications are granted funding, the lead member of the consortia will be responsible for payments and project outcomes. Training deliverers will not be eligible to apply for funding to deliver training or support services, either to their own workforce or other eligible entities. This is because the fund is to be an industry-driven fund. State and territory government non-trading bodies will not be eligible to apply. The fund will focus on small and medium enterprises, including micro-businesses, because of their significant economic and social importance to Australia's economy. They account for half of Australia's employment, and small businesses represent a significant proportion of Australian businesses exporting goods. The Industry Skills Fund will help these businesses position themselves to take advantage of new technology, innovative work practices, new and emerging opportunities, opening export markets and emerging economies. The fund will also be open to large companies given their significant contribution to the Australian economy. However, they will be expected to make greater contributions towards the cost of training. The industry sectors identified for priority support under the Industry Skills Fund are food and agribusiness, mining equipment, technology and services, medical technologies and pharmaceuticals, oil and gas, and advanced manufacturing. These industries have been identified as ones with significant growth potential. This is confirmed by Deloitte Access Economics and IBIS World. Each of these industries employs a significant number of people and generates export income that is growing. These sectors are in fields where Australia either enjoys a competitive advantage, is currently internationally competitive, or is likely to have an opportunity to exploit global market developments, or has a significant impact on the Australian economy. However, industries not listed here may still be successful in applying for the fund. The fund will be flexible to remain responsive to strong applications which identify emerging opportunities and market needs. The fund is competitive. Applications that best meet the merit criteria will be successful. Our discussion paper has put forward a framework that has 3 elements. The fund will target SMEs, including micro-businesses, which can demonstrate an ability to fund their share of the project and their need for government co-investment. The second element of the framework is the quality of the business outcomes. Training and skilling projects will be considered of greater merit where a business can demonstrate they plan to diversify into new or emerging markets, adopt new or emerging technologies in business and production processes, enter export markets, respond to domestic market opportunities, or reposition themselves because of changes in the market. The third element is priority sectors. Although the fund will not exclusively target the priority areas, businesses that fall within the priority industries will be considered of greater merit. Other priority areas may be identified in the future. Projects that meet multiple criteria will rank higher in the competitive process, as illustrated by this diagram. You will see that the strongest applications will be those where all 3 elements intersect. The Industry Skills Fund will be delivered through a co-funding model. We recognise that business has a responsibility to maintain and improve the skills and capabilities of its workforce, and in certain circumstances there is a role for government to support and co-invest in the reskilling and upskilling of workers. Government reforms of vocational education and training are also aimed at making the training system more responsive to industry needs. Co-investing with industry in training that meets the needs of a business will enable our industries to grow and be more productive. We are currently exploring the co-funding arrangements for the fund. This slide shows some possible co-funding models. You will see we are proposing a sliding scale of contribution based on turnover or numbers of employees or productivity. Businesses or consortia of businesses will receive advice and submit their applications to the fund through the department's new single business service. The service is made up of a website, business.gov.au. The website has been upgraded and improved. There's no longer 7 different sites that businesses need to go to for information. Or there is the contact centre on 132846. This new hotline replaces 6 different numbers in the past for all your business advice and general inquiries. Face-to-face network through Oz Industry. Our expanded network is made up of a broad range of state, territory and regional managers, customer service managers, skills workforce development officers and experienced business advisors. The single business service aims to simplify and streamline the way businesses access government information and services by putting your needs first, reducing red tape and providing quality, consistent services at the lowest possible cost to business. The single business service recognises that businesses have different needs and wants from government at different stages of their business. In relation to the fund, the single business service provides tailored advice and support to all businesses, information for businesses that is easy to find and understand, direct link to services provided in the Entrepreneurs Infrastructure Program, Growth Fund, Industry Skills Fund and Manufacturing Transition Program, and connections for businesses with other Australian Government programs or services. The single business service also provides business with local connections, including advice on what training is available in your area. It's also worth drawing your attention to the Entrepreneurs Infrastructure Program, as this program, the Industry Skills Fund and the Single Business Service are key elements of the government's commitment to help boost business productivity and increase competitiveness across the economy. The Entrepreneurs Infrastructure Program will offer market and industry information, business management advice and skills from experienced private sector providers, access to researchers and innovators to re-engineer business operations, products and services, connections with supply chains and potential markets, and commercialisation advice through specialist sector expertise. It is possible that organisations that are accepted into this program could require skills development for their workers. And if this was the case, the Industry Skills Fund could be one of the means available to them. The Entrepreneurs Infrastructure Program commenced on the 1st of July this year and is a $484 million program. If you haven't read the discussion paper for the Industry Skills Fund, I encourage you to do so. It's available at business.gov.au. It's a great opportunity for you to have a say on behalf of your industry. Thank you for your time.